about this build you have all the way in the back of the garage?
I don't know. You ready for it?
Top shelf.
You ready for it? Okay, let's go. This is a master 1933 Ford Coupe. It is a fiberglass body. I'm not a multimillionaire, so getting the metal bodies are very, very expensive. They're kind of rare. And when you do find a 33 body or a 32, there's a lot of work involved. I mean, a lot. You've got to chop them. You've got to, I mean, probably the whole bottom are rusted out. And if they're not, you're talking 30, 40, 50 grand for just the body. Like, these bodies are very hard to find in the metal bodies. So I went with a fiberglass body. The body is done by a company in Missouri called Show Me Hot Rod Bodies. Hot Rod Bodies, Show Me Hot Rod Bodies, and chassis. So they do chassis too and stuff like that. So what we did on the body is, it's hard to explain a little bit, but on the 32, the firewall kind of comes out and goes straight down, and then the front grille in this comes straight down. So then in 33, they gave it a slope. So they sloped the front grille and then they sloped the firewall. But what they also did in 33 is it kind of came out, it stepped down like this, then it sloped. And what that was for the hoods, the hoods, it was like two-piece hood that kind of opened up like a gull wing in a sense, where it would latch and close right there. I really didn't like the whole step down deal. So when I contacted Tony at Show Me Rods and Customs, I was like, here's what I want to do. Let's do it. So this whole firewall right here was all totally custom, how we did it, fiberglassed and did it. And then if you notice on the firewall, there's not one single thing mounted on the firewall, like electrical, this, that, whatever. The only thing that's on the firewall is just the throttle body. That's pretty important. Had to have that steering column for obvious reasons, but no coil packs, no wiring, no nothing, no anything. All of that is mounted behind the firewall here. So you can't see it, but if you basically were to be inside the vehicle or under it in a sense, one firewall is kind of straight like this, and then the white firewall you're seeing slopes like this. So this pocket area, I built a shelf. That's where all my electrical is mounted. So it's very clean. You can see that there's just hardly any wires at all. I mean, you see the spark plug wires, which obviously you have to have, but every single wire for the headlight, for the radiator, everything's run through the frame, up through the body, very, very hidden. The coils on the inside, the fuse panel box deal for like the wiring. And again, we use American wiring harnesses for this build as well. We stripped it completely down, unpinned everything that we didn't need. It has working headlights, working radiator fan, obviously, working tail lights, etc.
Where's the hood?
There is no. I built this. So there's two ways you do 33s and 32s. You either do them totally hoodless, which is very common, super common in the hot rod rodding world, or you can do it with the hood. When you do it with the hoods, it's going to be a metal body. I could be wrong, but I don't see too many fiberglass bodies with the hoods, only because the fiberglass is a little bit weaker, I guess you could say in a sense, than the metal. And the metal bodies have the hinges and everything set up for, doing the hoods.
Do they do any of these out of carbon fiber?
I wouldn't be surprised. There may be like one or two, I don't know, but that's not, it's not, I don't even know the word. I guess the word could be cool. It's not even cool. You wouldn't even want to even do that. It's not like a Camaro.
Yeah.
Like the 6.9 Camaro. Yes, there is a couple that they make full carbon fiber bodies. It's wild. And it's cool because it's muscle and it's carbon and it's fast and
light,
all that. And it's street mod and resto mod. It's really cool. But when it comes to hot rodding, dude, you really, really want to keep it what's called air correct and just really nostalgic and just very hot rod and raw, etc. Like, for instance, this is a 383 stroker motor, but we did the Holley tricarb. So this is called it's basically called a 3-deuce coupe because it's 3 discs. So there's 3 individual carburetors. You have like your main carburetor, like primary carb, and then you have secondary and then third. And they all engage as you more gas you give it. So when I'm flooring it, all carburetors are engaged. When it's just idling, your primary carb is just, that's what's idling and running. Secondary carb as you lightly engage. So just trying to do things just to keep it very old school. Obviously, no air conditioning, one belt on the whole entire car.
I see that.
Drive the water pump and the alternator. The interior, I can pop this open.
Suicide doors.
Oh yeah. I'll stand over here so you can get in here.
I'm trying to get that done on my Prowler.
So the interior, pretty, you know, I wouldn't say basic, but pretty straightforward. Very, very white, very clean. The day I drilled out the dash right there to put those gauges in was probably the most nerve-wracking, stressful days of probably my building career, because I had to take multiple measurements, visualize it, look at it, look through the back window, tape it, walk away for 20 minutes to go get something to eat and a Coke and a smile, and come back and check it again to look at it. Because once you drill through that, there's no coming back.
Tell me about that shifter, man.
The shifter, so that's low car.
Okay.
It's very rat rod, hot rod kind of style. That's what they do. It just looks cool having the shifter. I mean, we've all, you know, seen, you know, Rat Fink with the big shifter up here and all the cartoons and comics and stuff like that. And that's kind of what you're going after, is just old school, you know, cool rat rod kind of thing, hot rod. It's just the thing, you know, every truck or car or hot rod, you kind of have, you know, a following or a group of people, and it's like a thing, you know, and they're just different things that you do. And yeah, low car makes that shifter. The interior, I got custom done out of Missouri, same place in Missouri, and it's a Italian, gosh, what did he call it? Italian something leather, and it stains very easily. So if you look inside right now, it's all the interior the way it should be. But when I go drive it, I have a white towel that I put here and here.
Yeah, I don't want to get in there with the blue jeans.
Yeah, exactly. Even jeans and pants and shorts like this we can rub on it. And it's so what I did is, if you notice, the interior has the diamond stitching on the roof and in the seats and this and that. And what I did is we matched the color of the block. This block color is 1972 Corvette War Bonnet yellow.
Oh, okay.
So we matched the thread to the same color as the block. And when this vehicle debuted at Autorama in, geez, when was it? What is that? 22. So 2022, it took first in its class. And then I also won the Cassie Cup. The Cassie Cup, from what I was explained to, I didn't even know at the time, it's given by the owner of Autorama. And he chose my 33 Coupe as basically the best car at Autorama pick. So that was a pretty big deal to win the Cassie Cup. I got a standing ovation when they called my name. And I was like, oh, this is awesome. I'm looking around. I was like, is this a good thing? And they're just like, this is incredible. You just won the Cassie Cup, dude. That means they picked your car out of all the cars in the George R. Brown, you know, convention center overall. And they said that this is an incredible honor to, you know, get that award. So
did you shave the door handles, or did it come like that?
So this body from Show Me Rods and Customs out of Missouri, like I said, comes with the bear claws on the suicide doors. Makes it it's a company called Bear Claw. It's a really good hinge, so the door doesn't sag and all that crud. And yes, they are shaved. You do the electric poppers if you want. I didn't do any of that. I wanted this car very raw.
Also, it's no solenoids.
No. I just reach in and I have a little door latch to pop it, open it.
Okay.
One thing that's very, very cool about this car, and not a lot of people will know this, I race trophy trucks in the desert, and I know the Curry, I think it's Mike Curry or the owner of Curry, he races. And the rear end in this car is a 4-inch 9er in Curry. And if you can climb around the back, or I can, and film up under there, it's a full aluminum third member housing, polished, and then the axle tubes are chrome. All the brakes are chrome. Everything is chrome, polished. This rear end that's in this car was the last one produced by Curry. They'll never make that rear end ever again.
I was looking at the tires. They have the gangster white walls on them. Are these tires hard to get?
No, not at all.
Okay,
So the front tires are, I believe, the Firestone ones that I got. And the 15, so 15-inch wheel, 15-inch wheel in the rear. And the rears are this company called Radar. So they're called Radar Slicks. Those are not real hard to get, but you do kind of got to get on a waiting list to get them. And story with that is when I first ordered the Radar Slicks, I had ordered the wheel was a 15 by 12, and it was just too wide. I didn't like it because I was really trying to go for we all know who Donald Duck is and his kids, that cartoon, the one where they're in their hot rod and the this and that, or like American Graffiti. I didn't want the really wide, huge hot rod looking rear back tire. I wanted something skinnier, not crazy skinny, but just skinnier in general. So I wanted to really try to capture that 1933 hot rod, but not like modernized hot rod where they got the bigger, crazy offset wide. And I didn't want to do that. I really wanted to try to capture that, and I think it did a damn good job doing it. Obviously, because Autorama really appreciated it, and like I said, it won the Cassie Cup. But like I said, everything on the vehicle obviously was 100% built up from the chassis up. The chassis and front axle is what's that? The company out of California. They do I can't remember the name off the top of my head. But they do like the full chassis, the full chrome drop front axle. They basically send you the frame in a couple pieces. I had to weld it all together, blast everything down. Everything gets powder coated. Everything on the car is either polished, chrome, or powder coated. A lot of the parts were definitely custom made and hard to get a hold of.
So you don't drive this one?
It has 12 miles on it, if that tells you anything. And as far as custom parts go, which things I had to wait for, that bolt right there, it's a button head chrome shock bolt. The vehicle came with the lower shock bolt because it goes into the shock mount. That one little bolt right there, I got it from this place called Stainless Steel Nut and Hardware. I called them up. They didn't have it. They don't make a button head that size for these shocks. I had this vehicle right about here, and all it had at the time was the chassis was together, the rear axle, wheels and tires were on, the front suspension was on, and I want to say the motor and transmission were in and mounted. Body was off to the side, rated, everything else off to the side, whatever. But I sent this company, the manager, a picture of what car and what I needed and how it was going. They were so impressed by how clean the build was in the floor. The guy was like, your floor alone you could eat off of. It's gorgeous. He's like, we're just going to make those bolts for you, no problem. And he's like, give us about 2 to 3 months because they're custom. We're just going to make them for you. And sure enough, they made them and just sent them to me. They didn't even charge me for them. They were just so impressed by the build in the garage. They were like, we just want to see your product, our product on, the vehicle, this and that. They think it's so cool, man. And what about this grill? Did that originally come with that?
No. So the grill, like I said, the body is the body that comes from Show Me. The grill, I can't remember. It's this place. I've got it in my phone or somewhere, but he custom makes grills for 32s and 33s and stuff like that. And told him I was doing this, that, blah, 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 blah. He's like, oh, I've got this. Because if you look at this grill, if you look at this area right here, back in 33, this would be where the radiator cap used to be.
Yeah.
It's like right there. They don't do that anymore because the way the radiators are configured and this and that, et cetera, et cetera. So I got the grill, mounted it. I found a place that I think Tony from Show Me Rods and Customs. He's like, oh yeah, call this guy. He makes really like old school-ish looking radiators. And when I tell you this radiator is incredible, this radiator it is like an overkill for this car. I mean, it takes this car probably like an hour just to get up to like 185 degrees, and then the fan come on. This car runs so cool, not hot at all. So it's, you know, fully polished. It comes that way. Really nice. I had to make a couple of custom brackets to get it to fit and this and that, et cetera, et cetera.
Are those headers custom on it?
No. So the nickname for these headers is called Lakeside headers. I'm not really sure why the nickname came about. These are Patriots, but I'm not really sure why they nicknamed them Lakeside headers. I'm not really sure. I really don't know. But obviously there was no collector, there was no baffle, there was no muffler, there was nothing. This car is extremely loud.
Okay.
Sitting in traffic and idling and driving this thing, it is very, very loud. It is the epitome of an absolute hot rod. It's sounds amazing, and it looks even better going down the road.
Yeah, I don't see any inspection stickers or anything.
Oh no, we don't do that here. Yeah, in the Steel family, we just go and drive them and just hope for the best. But I will admit, I only drive when I do drive these. I usually drive them on a Saturday afternoonish, or a lot of times like on Monday morning, or excuse me, a Sunday morning. And I'll usually leave here and I'll go down 620 to Rudy's to get breakfast tacos. Okay. And I park it right there next to a gas station pump. And usually when I come out, there's about 10 to 15, 20 people crowded around the vehicle just checking it out. So I've gotten lucky. I do have insurance on the vehicle. My wife will definitely, but no, as far as the whole registration sticker, yeah, we don't do it on the windows. That's just a little too tacky.
Hey, thanks a lot for showing me your garage. Before I get out of here, I noticed the boards on the wall.
So windsurfing, those are windsurf boards. I've been windsurfing since I was, 10 years old. And windsurfing is where the sail is connected to the board, not the sail up in the sky. That's kiting. So I windsurf. I've been windsurfing since I was like 9, 10 years old. Grew up windsurfing in Galveston, down the levee and the dike and the spillway and Bay Cliff and all that stuff. And then probably around like age 12, 13, my dad sold his business in Pearland, and we moved to Maui. And I windsurfed professionally for a good 10 years on Maui. And then the sport kind of started to take a little bit of decline, whatnot. And that's when I moved back from Maui back to Houston, the League City, Clear Lake area. Kind of got out of windsurfing and opened up NeverSlo. Did that hardcore for a good many years. And then probably about 12, 13 years ago, got back into windsurfing. The gear had totally changed, gotten lighter, smaller, better. So these are just some of my custom boards that I've had. This board in particular was my very first custom board when I got back into windsurfing about 12, 13 years ago. Shaped by Keith DeBull. Yeah. I love the 80s. I love all the old school stuff. I love Beavis and Butthead. So both these boards are actually shaped by Keith DeBull. And after you ride a board for a year and a half, 2 years, they just start to get kind of beat up from jumping and loops and back loops. I mean, we do 30, 40 foot airs and jumps and in the waves, and they just kind of get beat up. So I was like, you know what? These boards mean a lot to me. This board in particular is my first board he shaped for me, Keith DeBull custom board. It's been all over the world, Peru, Mexico. It's been a lot of places. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put ghost racks and put these up because I think it's really cool. The surfboard, actually, really good friend, one of my best friends, Kai Linney. He's world-renowned, big wave surfer. The dude surfs, 60 to 80 foot waves. Jaws, toe in, does a place called Nazaré in Portugal. Super awesome guy. It's one of his boards that I put up. A lot of my just race memorabilia from the Mint 400, race suits. His brother originally, amazing surfer. That's one of his broken boards from Fiji. Just little things I like to put up to remind me of, just my friends and a great sport. And I love the ocean. I love the water. And it's so crazy because there's a really big famous windsurfer. He's Robbie Nash. He's just incredible. He's a super hot rod guy. We always talk about hot rods when I'm on Maui and this, and of course he's got a couple himself and back and forth. And he has a video, because he made a bunch of videos, you know, as him growing up windsurfing. One of the parts in the video that always sticks in my head is he's talking and people come up to him, and because he's big into racing too, like he races Porsches and Corvettes, he goes to Vegas, and his one part in this video, people come up to him and they're like, yeah, so you love the water and it's so clean and so beautiful and pure, and then you're into like race cars and it's dirty and loud and gas and raunchy. And he's like, yeah, I know, it's awesome. He's like, yeah, and it makes me laugh, because when you think of like windsurfing or surfing, you really don't put the two and two together. You just don't. You know, when you think of windsurfing and surfing, you just think like, hey, dude, it's all cool, man, and on the beach and do. And that's how a lot of them are. But then when you come across someone like myself or Robbie Nash or even Kai Linney, Kai and his brother Ridge, they're actually, you wouldn't know this, but they're really into like their trucks too. I work on their trucks and lift them and do that stuff for them and blah, 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 blah. And they're really into hot rods and trucks and cars and stuff like that. But most of the surfers and windsurfers aren't. So it's just funny every time I talk to people, they come to my garage and they're like, oh, you windsurf? And I'm like, yeah, like, you do cars and race and it's dirty and it's greasy and stuff. I always think of the Robbie Nash video where he says, he's like, yeah, it just makes me laugh. So
hey man, thanks for inviting me out, man. I had a great time out here and like seeing all the cars, man.
Thank you so much for coming by, man. I appreciate it.
All right, thanks a lot. Bye.
Thank you for watching BrianRhodesTV. Check out NeverSlo for parts to customize and transform your truck, car, or SUV.